One of the most difficult times for me personally was when I got to Washington as a freshman. They named me a captain before the first practice. And and like that sounds great, but I didn't even know where class was. So I'm going to try to lead a bunch of women, like grown women that have been there. And I haven't played 1 second of any basketball. Like I haven't been able to earn any type of respect. It was just one of the ideas from the coaches of like, if we want to change the culture, this is the kid that's going to do it. And she's just going to have to take a lot of like the shots. You don't really know what that means at 18 years old. You're just like, okay, I can do it. So I think for me, having to learn how to lead a group of people that one, didn't respect me at first, didn't know me, and then also two, getting them to like not only respect me but like me, because as women, when we don't really like people, we have a really hard time, I think, trying to like listen to what they say and want to play hard for them and things like that. So it was like all uphill in terms of just trial and error. I mean, probably took me 2.5 years to feel like I really broke through and connected with a lot of different people from a lot of different places that have a lot of different backgrounds. And so I think for me, my sports journey, that was probably one of the hardest moments of my life. And then I had a coach that was there's very rare you come around people in your life that I think are just so bought into you and what you can do. And he just was like, look, I'm going to give you the green light and we're going to win and die on how you play. And I just was like, let's do it. And so people say like they have the green light. I had the freeway. I mean, I literally just was like, fail forward. That's all you could do. From that experience, I've learned that any situation you throw me into, whether that's just me being overwhelmed or having a lot of pressure or expectation, being able to get over something like that has really ingrained a self-belief in me that I feel like any situation I'm put into, I'm going to make it work. And not only am I going to make it work, I'm going to thrive. Well, first of all, I've learned that, writing down what I want is a big indicator of me being able to see it, put it on paper, and kind of go for it. So, but before I start any season basketball-wise, I always write down my goals personally and for the team. And I try to be super specific, like down to percentages, like 0.5. I know that sounds like kind of OCD, but it really matters. I also think too, for me as a person growing in the type of woman I want to be, as a friend, as a daughter, as a sibling, I do make personal goals more like yearly though, not necessarily like the New Year goals or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? Like every day, like try to maintain whatever I'm working on. But I like to meditate first in the morning. I think it really helps me start my day off strong. And it kind of helps me get into a perspective that's joyful, filled with gratitude, positive. Typically day to day, I have a routine that I pay someone to like structure out for me. But that's more structured to basketball, I guess I would say. Pilates, yoga, cardio, lifts, that type of stuff. Fortunately, I have access to a weight room, sand, even the gym. So I've been really grateful for that because that's far and few in between for most people. Humble yourself. You don't know anything. So don't try to pretend that you do. Be patient. It's not going to come how you want it, as fast as you want it, when you want it. And then when it doesn't come, like, trust that you're still doing the right things to eventually make it happen. I think I was so like, this has to happen now. And then you just lose out on life and what's really important. I think being patient, being humble, and then also too, just never losing that drive of why you started to begin with. You do this because you love it, whatever it is, whether that's sports, business, whatever. And if you lose that love, then what do you have? Yeah. And so I think those three things would probably be the biggest things that I would tell myself 3 years ago.